Now for this next story, we got some good news. Now, if you're like me, you hate going to the airport. You hate the whole process of flying. I'm just not a fan of it. I need to get to the airport 2 to 3 hours ahead of my flight just in case. I gotta go through security. I gotta be scrunched up in a tiny seat. I don't get to see anything while I'm flying except for clouds. So me, I'm more of a road trip guy, and I'll fly when I can't drive because it's just not feasible. But one of the big headaches of flying is finally going away. And this is one of the ones that came after 9/11, where you have to take your shoes off when you're going through security. So let's take a look.
Is very, very good news. Now, you mentioned it might get a little easier to go through airport security. After nearly 20 years, TSA has been requiring folks to take their shoes off, but that rule for airport passengers may, in essence, go away very, very soon. Now, sources tell ABC News the policy is being phased out, and people traveling through major airports across the country will be allowed to keep their shoes on. We are now currently working on an official update from the TSA. Right now, with the exception of children under 12 and seniors, only passengers with TSA pre-check can keep their shoes on for faster security screening. Now, the shoes off rule was put in place in 2006, a few years after a man tried to blow up an international flight with explosives packed in his shoes. Now, this morning, air travelers we spoke with say they like it.
I used to fly a lot. It was inconvenient to have to take my shoes off. Then when I'm getting my stuff together, and now I'm habitually late, so then I'm running late trying to put my shoes back on. So taking away some of the extras is a blessing.
I think the new policy is going to help the line speed up a little more. Family members won't have to be taking off their shoes, so it'll be a lot faster. It's going to be something positive.
Now, honestly, this is a pretty big deal because I know in some airports now, you used to have to some airports, you have to take your laptop out of the bag, take your iPad out of the bag. Some airports now you can just put your whole bag through the conveyor belt. Now you don't have to take your shoes off and all that stuff. You're basically just walking up, drop your bag, take off any metal or anything like that, and just walk through the thing. This should speed things up a lot more. So you no longer have to have TSA pre-check to avoid the shenanigans of taking your shoes off at the airport. So this is a welcome change.
Now, you have to keep in mind that if you go through security and you happen to you trigger the alarm, well, you're going to be pulled to the side for additional screening, and that's when you'll have to take your shoes off. Now, here's another caveat. We are not quite sure yet. We haven't been confirmed as to which major airports this is going to take place in, so we're still waiting to hear back from TSA about that. If it happens to be O'Hare, which right now it is not, because I asked the personnel, they said, no, you still got to take your shoes off. It would happen on Sunday. So something to look forward to if you happen to be traveling this weekend. You guys travel this weekend at all?
No, not this weekend, but in a...
All right. So air travel actually getting easier for a change. No more shoes off.